Well, our first guest is joining us in the studio, Mr. Donald Baillargeon. He's the Chief Operating Officer and the Chief Financial Officer of a company called Cavitation Technologies, Incorporated. Their stock symbol CVAT. Neil, welcome back to the show.
Good to be back.
Now, it's been pretty close to a month since we last seen you. We've fascinating conversations that we've had in a series of interviews. Why don't you tell us again what the company does?
Of course. We'll go back to where we're starting.
Right.
Well, our company designs, builds, and manufacture devices based on hydrodynamic cavitation. Our technology could be used in multiple industries that require processing of various types of fluids, vigorous mixing, and again, as I mentioned, the core behind our technology is hydrodynamic cavitation, and conceptually to understand why is it even important? Well, we break fluids to nanoparticles. And by doing that, we accelerate the reaction time or whatever you'd like to achieve, whether it's a certain chemical composition or you'd like to achieve certain, or have certain emulsion. That's what our technology does. And like I've mentioned to you, it could be applied to multiple industries that process fluids.
Well, we've talked about water treatment, we've talked about spirits treatment,
Sure.
We've talked about even in the cannabinoid industry. This is just a wide variety of products. I think what we said when we had one of your guests in here is that you don't actually make some of these products, you make these products better.
Indeed, of course. And as you have mentioned, we do have industries where our technology has been incorporated today. Some new applications we're clearly looking to approach these new verticals. Where we've been successful and where we derive our revenues today, it's an agricultural business where technology has been installed in processing vegetable oil refining, also in water treatment, spirits, and again, we're looking for new opportunities to bring our technology. Also, if you kind of look at it a few years back, we were primarily more on the industrial side of what our services and products were utilized. Today, we're focusing more on the consumer-related products as well. So these are brand new opportunities for the company. Again, it has to be kind of miniature stuff that we work with, but that's what we're currently looking at.
Well, you talked about success. You mentioned the word success, and I know that your third quarter numbers are out. You want to tell us about some success?
Sure. This was our strongest quarter. We we received revenues of about $1.35 million. Our profit was about $560,000. On the revenue side, increase in revenue in comparison to same quarter of fiscal 2016, I think it's around 15-fold, something like that, because I think we booked around $85,000 last year for the same period, and this year it's about $1.3 million. Same thing was on the profit side. Last year we were in the red. This year we show profit. Looking into the fourth quarter, we do see certain booking that is coming in. We anticipate to have a strong quarter as well, and because again, some of the products or technology that we sell, some of the revenue numbers become a little bit lumpy. So if we close certain things before June 30th, we'll definitely recognize considerably larger number as well. But that's something sometimes an unknown for a small company, could trickle in into the first quarter of fiscal 18.
I should point out that we're talking about your fiscal year as opposed to a calendar year.
Correct.
Your third quarter just ended and you're about ready to start your fourth quarter.
Yes, you're correct.
Now, we did a test. You put me through a test a few weeks ago of your spirits cavitation technology, where basically you gave me two vials. One had a very inexpensive cognac in it. The other one had one that had gone through your treatment. And I had mentioned to you in the program that it was like night and day. It was like buying something for 10, 12 bucks a bottle, buying something for $25 or $30 per snifter in a fine restaurant after your technology had its shot at it, so to speak, pardon the pun. You're coming out with a home unit that will do this at home. You have to tell us about that.
Sure. About 6 months ago, we started building a prototype, and conceptually to understand what it's going to look like, just like your coffee maker at home. It's about the same size, no bigger, no smaller. What we're going to have, a miniature reactor inside the unit. And by processing spirit, we expect to achieve all these beautiful elements of what you just described at home. You don't need to come in and have an industrial site anywhere, but you just buy a bottle of scotch or whiskey or anything you want, vodka, you pour it, process it for roughly 1 to 3 minutes.
Wow.
And you're going to be able to have a spirit that is clearly going to have distinctively better tasting qualities. And what we're currently working with several universities also to better understand dehydration process, because typically that's what happens when you consume alcohol and spirits, and the effects of toxins. What we've seen by doing certain tests, consumer tests, people try spirits, our spirits that we processed, and they're just literally blown away. They say it's not only the spirit itself, we don't get this hangover.
Yeah.
Obviously, very few companies can come in and claim that you remove hangover. It's practically impossible. But under the circumstances which you have, we'll try to do the best we possibly can. And effects of dehydration is one of the things that we're currently working on.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing that prototype once again. Cavitation Technologies, CVAT. I'll drink to that.
Thank you.